Let me tell you something real quick. If you think applying for disability takes 3 to 6 months, you're living in a fairy tale. I waited 5.5 years. 5.5 years of paperwork, denials, appeals, being ignored, and having my entire life put on hold, including my family's life. And you know what's crazy? Not once, not one single time did anyone warn me what was coming. Not a lawyer, not the government, no one. So today I'm going to tell you everything they don't tell you, how the process really works, why so many people get denied, what the system looks like on the inside, and how you can actually survive this process without losing your mind. If you're just starting your disability journey, or if you've been waiting for years, this video is for you. First off, I'm Mike. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a government employee. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just a guy who went to the trenches. I lived this system every single day for almost 6 years. And I came out on the other side with scars, lessons, and a ridiculous amount of knowledge that honestly I wish I didn't have. I dealt with doctors who didn't know how to document properly, doctors who disappeared, caseworkers who disappeared, denials that made 0 sense, the loneliness, the fear, the uncertainty, the financial strain, the emotional toll. And during that entire time, I couldn't find any real videos from real people explaining what this process is actually like. So if you're dealing with this system right now, I get it. I've been there. You are not crazy. You are not alone. The big myths they want you to believe. All right, let's kill some fantasies here. Myth number 1, disability only takes a few months. No. Initial decisions can take months. Appeals can take years. The backlog after COVID is insane. You could be waiting years before you even get in front of a judge. Myth number 2, if your doctor says you're disabled, you're approved. Wrong again. Your doctor's opinion means nothing if it's not written in the right language. SSA, Social Security Administration wants. The SSA wants objective evidence, well-documented chronological reports. They want tests, they want imaging like MRIs, CAT scans, x-rays, everything that backs up your disability. Consistent notes, functional limitations, not just notes saying my patient can't work. That's just not going to cut it. It needs to be extremely apparent. Myth number 3, a lawyer will fix everything. Lawyers have their place, but they don't control the government's timeline. They don't control the backlog. They don't control anything, really. They're not miracle workers. They get paid when you win. That's it. Myth number 4, SSA will keep you updated. Look, that's the biggest joke of all. You're fooling yourself if you think they're going to contact you on a timely manner. They will not. It's kind of like handing candy in a kid's factory. Well, no, I guess that wouldn't be it. Well, all I know is they hand out silence like candy. I will say that. All right. How the system actually works. Look, people fail because they don't understand the process. Let me break it down in plain English. The initial application, this is where you send in everything. Your medical records, work history, daily limitations, symptoms, all your doctors involved, your medications that you've taken. Most people get denied here. Not because they're lying, but because the bar for approval is insanely high. The reconsideration, this is where the government basically is just going to deny you. 85% of the people that get reconsidered get denied. It's a formality. Don't take it personally. It's just a way for them to cut out fraud. The hearing, this is where the real fight begins. This is where you go in front of the judge. They look at everything. They look at the medical evidence, your testimony, your functional limitations, ability to work in any job, not just the job that you used to have. A vocational expert will most likely be there, an occupational therapist, and they're not on your side. Let me just make that clear. They are not on your side. The only one that's in your corner this whole time, if you hired one, would be your attorney. That's it. Everyone else is there to keep the money out of your pockets. The occupational therapist will tell you, say you had a job that was making 250,000 hours a year, they'll tell you that you can go work as a door greeter or work in a parking garage somewhere. Like you can really live off of that. But they expect you to. It's ridiculous. There'll be medical evaluators. These are people that you'll never meet. They don't see your daily pain that you live in, your family's pain, everyone around you that deals with it as well. They don't see your daily life. They don't see you walking like you're 80 years old when you're only 50, 40. They just see ink on the paper, and that's it. And they judge your entire life from that ink. So it's got to be solid as it gets. My 5.5-year war. All right. Now let me tell you what my journey looked like. The beginning, when I first applied, God, I remember this. I legit thought it was only going to take a year maximum. I thought there's no way our government could ever be so cruel to keep us from having any sort of help, right? Money that's ours. It's not like they're taking it away from taxpayers and giving it to you. This is our money. We've paid into this. You have to remember this. That's where you got to fight for it. All my doctors told me I had a strong case. They supported me. I thought I was safe. Denials. No explanation, just denied. That's the part where most people break. You're stuck waiting months, years. I waited years. You're calling your attorney, and all they're just saying is be patient. Meanwhile, daily life is still going on. Your life gets passed up, bills pile up, credit scores go in the tank, you start losing things. I mean, it destroys you. Your health gets worse, your mental health gets shredded, relationships get strained. You feel like a ghost. I had days where I felt like a burden, days where I wondered if the system was even real. I questioned everything. And then just one day out of the blue, I got the letter saying that I had been approved. No pre-warning or anything, which, I didn't need a pre-warning for that. But anyway, let's see. The 5 biggest reasons people get denied. All right, let's hit the heavy truths here. Lack of medical evidence. You need layered documentation. You need a record and chronological order of your injury or disability. You need to be going to the doctor very frequently, not just once every 6 months. That's just not going to cut it. You need to have a really sizable medical record. Inconsistent notes. Like if your doctor says patient is improving but you feel worse, you need to make sure that gets rectified. And you need to make sure your doctor knows that you are applying for disability, so they're aware of how they have to write everything up for SSA, because they'll deny a claim over a dotted I. That's how petty they are. Make your doctor work for you. You're the boss, not them. It's your life, not theirs. The number 3 reason, which is kind of strange, but it's because you're working too much. Look, if you're disabled, then why would you be working? But if you are working, then they will immediately throw it out. I mean, because they're going to look at it like, well, why would we give him disability if the guy's still working? If he can still work, then he can still work, and it's just that simple. It just will get denied. Number 4, filing the wrong or missing forms. This happens all the time. This is why an attorney is invaluable. As much as I did not like paying my attorney, it was worth every penny at the end of the day, because you don't want to be a year, 2 years deep into it, and then some person from Social Security says, "Oh, we're missing this claim you have. Well, you got 24 hours to get it in, or else we have to deny it." Some form that it's going to take you a month to come up with. That kind of pettiness. But they look for every reason they can to deny you. And then number 5, not explaining your functional limitations. Again, this is where your doctor needs to be extremely you guys make sure they have everything down, like everything, how long you can sit, how long you can stand, how far you can walk, how pain impacts your day, how symptoms affect normal tasks, what you used to do before this happened, how it affects your hobbies, your intimate life, everything, every aspect of life. You've got to be brutally truthful in this, brutally honest. Okay, that's it on that. Okay, so what should you do before applying? Well, here's what I wish someone told me on day 1. Document everything. See your doctor consistently. Get clear notes on function, not just symptoms. Keep a daily log. You have a phone, you have tablets, computers. There's no reason to not be ridiculously analytical about your notes now. I mean, document everything. You can't ever have enough information for Social Security. You can never have enough. So this is where you have got to keep notes about everything. Keep a daily log. Don't exaggerate. Don't downplay it. Be brutally honest. Be specific. Do you need a lawyer? Well, short truth, no, you don't. But once you get denied the second time, that's when you'll need one. But don't expect miracles. Lawyers won't speed it up, even though they'll tell you they will. Or maybe they may not directly tell you. They'll make you feel like they can speed up the process, like they'll do wonders compared to not doing. Obviously, because money. They want money. They won't. They cannot speed it up any faster than what the system moves. I mean, it's as simple as that. The only thing good about the attorney was they're just very precise about everything. They don't miss nothing. They help with everything, getting all your paperwork, your evidence, everything, calling people up that needs to be called, dealing with things that need to be dealt with that you don't know where to go, right? So this is where they're invaluable. If you're watching this and still waiting, listen to me. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. The system is slow. It's broken. It needs completely just completely rebuilt from the inside out. It's underfunded. It's not your fault. The wait destroys people emotionally and financially. It did me. So while you wait, keep going to your appointments. Consistently go. Don't miss any of them at all. No matter how inconvenient they can be. If you're in pain about something, go to the ER, go to the doctor all the time. You can never have enough evidence backing your claim up. The more evidence, the better. Keep your evidence consistent. Keep copies of everything. Call SSA every few months. Don't assume your lawyer is doing the checking. Be your own advocate. You can survive this. I did, and you will too. Process stole years from my life. But if I can turn that pain and frustration into something that helps even one person out there, then maybe this wasn't wasted time after all. If you want real answers from someone who lived this nightmare, not just some government website, somebody on Reddit, stick around. I'm going to break down every stage of disability in separate videos, and I'll answer questions in the comments for future topics, and including this video. So make sure you get your comments, and if you do have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. You're not alone in this. I've been exactly where you are, and I'm not done talking about this.